Hey guys, what's up and welcome back to this YouTube channel. It's your guy Igor here. Today's video is dedicated to finding a job, finding a work in Canada as a new immigrant or as a refugee or as someone who came to Canada on a QET visa. Basically, there is a emergency travel authorization for Ukrainians, and there is actually the same kind of visa people are getting from Israel right now. So apparently government of Canada has started a bunch of programs like that to help people relocate to Canada with a working visa. It looks like it's a new strategy. Instead of bringing people on a refugee status, they are giving you a work permit, like a visa. So for example, if you guys are coming here from Israel or from Ukraine, there might be more countries falling under this authorization now. It looks like they like it because they just make people work. And here's the biggest disappointment a lot of people have coming to Canada is inability to find jobs, and inability to find work. And guys, I just shot a video in Russian on the same topic, and I thought it's a good idea to make the same video in English and explain to you in details on how to find jobs in Canada. I think it's going to be super helpful video, so make sure you watch it until the very end. And closer to the very end, I'll give you a secret guideline, a manual that you'll be able to actually go through in details better than this video with all the information. So watch it until the very end, guys. And okay, I have nothing to sell, no services, nothing on this channel like that, but here is what you should be doing to find the job, guys, because I'm not one of those guys who's going to be selling you resumes or something like that. Okay, I'm just going to give it all for free in this video, so like and share. Now guys, hear me out. A lot of people are coming to Canada right now and they're complaining on my channel. You know, a lot of people are like, oh, Canada sucks. You know, like Justin Trudeau going into politics and everything, and they can't find anything. People are saying, why did I even come here? And things like that, because a lot of people started coming to Canada and facing the same thing that I faced when I came here as an international student. Guys, you know why I left Toronto? You know why I left Scarborough, Ontario? I couldn't find jobs there. And the only job I was able to find was through a temporary agency. Yes, temporary agency, minimum wage job. So literally, guys, you are working for like minimum wage, twice or thrice harder than a regular job. And those agencies are making money, like $5, let's say, per hour of your work. And I was making $10.25. So you can imagine the frustration I had working through those temporary agencies where you have somebody who literally does nothing, who is making all that money from you, and you're the one unloading boxes. That was my job, guys. I want to tell you, first of all, I want to give you some information of not to be discouraged in Canada, guys. In Canada, you will make more money. You will find the right job. You will get it. You know, there are some people that I know that just came, no English, applied for jobs that I cannot get with my English. Well, at least at that time I couldn't, and my English was pretty good all that time, and I didn't get it, and they got it. They got it right now. Some people are coming right now from Ukraine. They got marketing jobs, IT jobs, you know, first job in Canada, making 100K and more a year. And I came here broke with all my education, master's degree, English language and everything, got my Canadian education done, and I'm a laborer. So unless you're blessed, and or if your luck is like mine, you have to start on the bottom level again and be prepared to start from the scratch. So some people, I say, they have some blessings. For me, I have luck that probably, guys, the lottery ticket would win a lottery if I was to buy a lottery, but I'm never going to win it. So that's my luck. And if you're in the same boat with me, then, well, that's why you're watching this video, and I'm going to help you out, guys. So I want to say, first of all, you know, your mindset. First of all, understand that this is temporary. This is what I'm going to mention is just to start. Guys, I started off making $10.25 an hour. That was the minimum wage in Ontario when I was there in 2013, basically 2012, 2013, almost 2014 before I left to Alberta. And guys, when I moved here, I started making $7 an hour more as soon as I just moved, as soon as I made that change. But anyways, long story short, guys, I started off $10.25. I want to start by saying that I started off making $1 an hour when I was in Ukraine, okay? So okay, let's go that way. I'll show my previous job. And came to Canada, made $10.25 an hour, which is 10 times more. and now I'm making more than $100 an hour. So 10 times, 10 times, 10 times, you can always do that. It just takes time and years. So guys, here's the biggest challenge why you probably can't find a job. First of all, guys, a resume. You need a Canadian style resume. And guys, I'm not selling any resumes here. I don't have anything. My wife is a super professional with the resumes and everything. She manages to find jobs on LinkedIn. People are emailing your HR recruitment. For me, like, recruiters don't like me. Okay, unless comers call me and they say, hey, by the way, if you door knock, we'll and sell hot water tank. That was one of my first jobs in Canada. Door knocking, then you'll get commission. Yeah, you probably got those kind of invitations too. They brainwash you, they lie to you, end up being a salesperson, commission based, they don't pay you nothing, and they don't help you with immigration. But anyways, you need a proper resume. Guys, there are plenty of websites, and as I said, guys, I'll tell you closer to the end of the video or where you should go, where you can get all that information, guys. So you make sure you don't have your photo, your gender, your daughter's passport number on the resume. Guys, I've been getting a lot of resumes on this channel. People just send me saying, give me a job in Canada. I need a job in Canada. And they would send me all their passport copies. You guys kidding me? Don't do that. It would disqualify you from the job search, even if they want to hire you. Now they would be hiring you based on what? On your age, on your marital status. Basically, it's a violation for human rights, and HR just doesn't want to get involved into that, so they will just discredit your resume. So make sure, if you're submitting that kind of resume, guys, it has to be crafted to a Western standard, basically what it is here in Canada. So you have to make sure you have a resume that fits Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. It would help you all around the world. Resume must match. Next thing is English. If you're watching this channel, I'm sure it's pretty good. But for my Russian channel, I said, learn English. That's why I made a video in Russian. You need English, doesn't matter how skilled you are, nobody wants you. Give me a second, I want to see my phone is still recording. It's still recording because, guys, I think it's going to die off with the heat. I'm literally dying, it's so hot in Canada. It's the coldest country in the world, and I'm just getting a heat stroke right now. Whew. Anyways, you need a good resume, guys. You need to learn English. There are plenty of English classes. There are so many organizations that offer them. Guys, now I'll give you a small hint where you can get the free information. It's on my blog article. I'm going to leave all the links in the description of this video. So whatever I'm mentioning in this video, in a snapshot, you'll be able to go into details. I'll leave links to all the organizations, placement, settlement organizations, language organizations in your provinces and cities all over Canada that can help you build your resume or find a job. As a newcomer, as an immigrant, and all of this, it's going to be super useful, and it's absolutely free, and it's on my blog. And the link is in the description of this video. So this is the most valuable things I'm giving you right now, guys. It's a long article, but go through the links. I'm sure if it helps you guys, let me know and ask me more questions about Canada. Now, we are going towards my workplace where I used to work, and I also want to say, guys, you know, I said it many times on this channel, stay away from your community. If you're Indian, stay away from Indians. If you're Ukrainian, stay away from Ukrainians and Russians and Belarusians, people who speak your language basically. And if you are Chinese, well, I don't know, maybe stay away from Chinese. Guys, here's the caveat. I don't know why, but people tend to take advantage of their own people. Ukrainians pay less to Ukrainians, Russians pay less to Russians, Indians pay less to Indians. I don't know why the hell it works like that, but you're better off working for a Canadian employer who doesn't know the principle of taking advantage that is there in third world countries. So you'll be doing the same job as another person, as your friend, working for a Canadian employer, and you'll be making slightly, maybe 30% more money than that person doing the same job, just because it's from a different culture. Now, here's one thing, guys. You have to understand the true goal in Canada. First of all, guys, does your job align with immigration purposes? Do you want to stay in Canada? So if you want to stay in Canada, you need a job that will help you build the experience, that will help you build the experience needed for your express entry, let's say, or PNP program, or whatever program you have. So if you need that experience or a job offer, you need to do a research, guys. Seriously, guys, I want to say also, you also have to swallow your pride. Guys, I've been doing a shitty job. I had an employer who is an asshole, and well, he had guys, basically Ukrainian last name. But he is like third generation in Canada, and he managed to tell me, because I'm Ukrainian, he's like, oh, you Ukrainians are so dirty. And I was so pissed, I was insulted, kind of humiliated. I probably should have walked out from that job place at that day. But, because my employment aligned with the immigration, to get my Canadian work experience, I had to swallow my pride. I had to be disrespected. And I had to go through this kind of thing. And it's emotionally painful. Working and swallowing your pride and basically in a way of being abused, harassed, and taken advantage of to get your immigration done. But that's what I had to do in order to stay there long enough to get Canadian work experience, to apply for immigration. So this happened to me. People do take advantage of you. People do that. And it's very unfortunate that there are people like that. There are assholes like that. Guys, by the way, I used to work in that company before. that were there. It used to be on the first floor. Now they said they moved to the fourth floor. I still know people working there. Let me tell you something. I worked in that company. And I'll tell you from my experience. I found, first job was through a temporary agency. I'll tell you about how to find a job right now. But let me tell you a little bit from my experience now. So there is that company. It's an oil and gas company. And I'll tell you guys, when I started in Canada, I worked many jobs and I worked for different pay grades. So I worked the most for the least amount of money. Very labor intensive through, general labor, unloading freaking boxes. And that is me being a PMP certified in project management. That is me, guys, having master's degree in business economics. That is me having a Canadian post-graduation degree, diploma 2-year program in Centennial College in global business management, and I'm doing boxes, okay? Then I started jumping ships. I started changing companies. I figured out the more you jump, the more money you make. I jumped from a company where I was working more to a company where I was working less and I was making more. And then, guys, I jumped to another company and basically I ended up here. And that's one of the companies where I did the same things, just because it's oil and gas. I was making way more money than for the same kind of job. So now you're working in a better company, in a better position. They bring pizza. They made me fat that time. That's how I had to go on a diet. I'm 100 pounds down since my heaviest right now. But anyways, guys, and plus COVID hit, it sucked. Got so fat, gyms closed, laziness, procrastination, and things like that. Plus, now my job, I would even more fatter with my current job. Right now I'm working as a real estate agent with the Experialty in Calgary, Alberta. And my wife is a mortgage broker with kickstart mortgages. So you know where to find me if you need any help with real estate. But back to the topic, guys. Self-employed now, basically an independent contractor. Anyways, guys, if you work for a company and you change companies, you end up making more. You make more for doing less. And this is how you do it. You keep changing companies. If you married to one company, I'm sorry to say the company is not married to you. Guys, I've seen people being fired out of companies like that, especially oil and gas. I've been laid off. Well, laid off is a good saying of being fired too. So I've been laid off many times in Canada, and they have no remorse. They pay you 2 weeks notice, they pay you a severance package, and you get out. That's it, like in one day, the same day, in a few hours, in 5 minutes, and done. That's it. It's not back home where your employment is kind of more or less guaranteed. You can actually go to court and fight it. Here, there's nothing, pure capitalism. And you might have not known about it. So why should you have better relationship to your employers than they have a relationship towards you? I don't know. It's a foolish thing. And people who know, they know that more companies you change, the more money you make. How to find job. Now let's start again. Go back to the. I'm just going to say, guys, I made more money than people who worked in companies for years, for decades. I came in and my starting salary was more than those people who were working there, and they were training me. How about that? Is it unfair? I'm sure it is. So, guys, here's my advice for you. Where do you start? Keep changing jobs, keep enhancing your skills, and keep studying. Where do you start? The simplest way, guys, you have to understand what your goal is right now. If it's your goal just to not spend all the money for food and everything like that, then you need a job that's just going to pay your bills. You can go through a placement agency, temporary agency, working for a minimum wage. But while you're there, never let your guard down and keep searching for something else. So you go to the websites like LinkedIn, for example, and enhance your resume there. You also go to Indeed.ca, Workopolis, Kijiji, and on your lunch breaks, or if your boss is not looking, You submit your resume from your phone, from your laptop. Be relentless, unstoppable, and apply for jobs. Oh, and somebody tells you, oh, that's not the right thing to do. Well, it is the right thing to do. It's for you, right? Are they going to pay for your bills? Are they going to be responsible for your future? You are the only one responsible for your future. So I'm just saying, guys, you have to understand. I'm going to hide from the sun a little bit here. Whew, you have to understand, guys. So I want to say that you have to understand that it's up to you and in your hands to get your immigration done. Nobody really cares about you except yourself in Canada. So forget about whatever anyone is saying, guys. I also say that there have been people in my communities. That's why I'm saying to stay away from my own people. So hot today, god damn it. Because they discourage you. They're like, well, I've been in Canada for 30 years and it's such many underwater stones. People they like to shit on Canada. They like to say bad things about Canada. They're like, oh, this country sucks. There is no opportunities. There, everything is, the system is corrupt, the thing is bad, things like that. And it's been there since I came here. Even more right now, more articles of immigrants leaving Canada and things like that. Everyone is just like negativity. But I want to say, guys, that not only the immigrants complain about it, I also noticed that there are a bunch of Canadians who are doing that as well. So for example, there is a bunch of Canadians who I purchased another property, guys, and this guy in a Toyota dealership that I go to, a driver, I can see he's unhappy. He's like, well, one day when I'm in the water, I'm going to buy myself a house, but right now I can't afford a house. And I'm like, look, man, you're living in Calgary. You're old enough to have purchased a house in Calgary for $100,000 in 1993. And if you haven't done, well, that's your freaking fault. So I'm saying that there are bad people in Canada, bad with money, I mean, uneducated. They don't teach you in school not to take a $50,000 credit card under 23% and start using it for everything and then not making payments, then going bankrupt or going for consumer proposal or things like that, ruining your credit, not knowing how to save money. And, what can you say, guys? There are people like that in Canada too. There are same people back home that you left behind. There are same people like that here in Canada, but they just speak different language. Maybe they look slightly different, but there's literally the same people all around the world. Like, we are very genetically, like, it's not like there is an evolution. There is no such thing as, somebody in Canada is more superior human than, let's say, somebody from China or something like that, or from Ukraine, right? So same people, same way of thinking, but just you'll meet them here too. So don't listen to those guys. There are people who mean happy. They'll be like, oh, you are a doctor back home and now you're my Uber driver. Guys, by the way, I drove for Uber. I'm telling you, join the gig economy as well. Join gig economy, drive for Uber, drive for Lyft, save up some money in addition to what you do. Save it. It is going to help you break off. It's going to help you succeed a little bit more. It helped me with a down payment for my second property while I was working full time. So it is a crazy thing, crazy world, guys. You can make a lot of more money by just being a little bit smarter than everybody else in this country. Yeah, let me see, guys. I'm going to check if my thing is still recording here, because it's going to get overheated. Like, it's super hot today here in Calgary. I don't know, guys, how it's still recording. I'm personally burning from inside right now. But anyways, so in terms of searching for a job, guys, don't listen to naysayers, don't listen to negative people from your country. Stay away from your people, have your resume ready. And now, guys, also go through the organizations. There's so plenty of organizations. Like, there's YMCA over there, Ramington YMCA. If you go to Seaton, there is Brookfield Residential, there is Shaughnessy. They have organizations that help you build your resumes. There are workshops that will help you print your resume for free. You don't have to pay nothing. So build your resume, craft your resume. English classes available too. You have to go through all, take advantage, everything available for you here in this country. There's so many things that are available that I didn't know, nobody told me, guys. And that's why I leave a link in the description of this video for my blog post. I'm going to link all of those organizations, including Government of Canada. Go there and take advantage of all of those systems initially, and then go beyond that. What else can you do? Guys, in terms of searching for jobs, get new skills, new licenses. If you are, let's say, a doctor back home, get your Canadian license. I know it's difficult for lawyers, for doctors, and so difficult for everyone in this country. but you can do it. You know, sometimes, for example, I know I have a person, you know, who is my friend, who is, well, he needs to go into the bar to get admitted into the bar. So he needs to go through this, I don't know how it's called, placement or whatever it is. Then there is a test that you have to do. So you have to work under the lawyer, you know, being taken advantage, basically doing for all the lawyer's job for no money, and not being a lawyer to get that experience to become a lawyer. And then you do a course, then you pass that course, then you get your admission into the bar, and then you practice in Canada. So guys, you can also do what I did. I finished my immigration consultancy classes as an immigration lawyer, for example. I'm not an immigration lawyer, but I did immigration diploma. I decided not to do that though. Right now I'm doing real estate. I had to do this. I had to do my PMP certification. So I keep on changing things. Some people are demanding from me to get my insurance license. I don't know, guys. What do you think? Like, I'm 35 years old. I'm tired of learning. But there are people who are coming to me, especially clients that I deal with in real estate, and everyone is like, Igor, where can I get a free, cheaper insurance? Insurance is super expensive. Do you know anyone? Do you know anyone? And I'm like, 5 people in the last 2 weeks. Should I get my license as an insurance broker? You know, I could actually find him a better deal, cheaper than that cheapest thing on the market out there, and I could also make money from that. How crazy is that? So maybe I should do that. Let me know in the comments, what do you think? But anyways, guys, you have to continuously enhance your skill, learn things, switch companies, find somebody who can help you with your immigration, with your sponsorship, PR application to get experience. So first of all, guys, understand that in Canada you probably have to start from scratch, unless you're lucky. If you're like me, you start from scratch, and for me, I start bottom from that. Like, I started less than from scratch. I started like beyond unimaginable. It's like, yeah, I came here with all this education, all this money, $50,000 for everything, and what? I was cleaning toilets, I was taking out garbage, I was loading boxes. 10.25 an hour. What the hell is this Canadian dream? Why the hell did I come here? I should have complained about it, and I should have just went back to my home country, right, and lost. But that's a lose. So that's a lose for me, and I don't like losing, guys, because I made it in such a way that there is no way going back for me. There was not an option for me to go back. I would apply for a refugee status once my status would expire. I would find a legal way, only legal way to stay in Canada. I would be searching for it. And guys, if your goal is to stay in Canada, and I'm sure you can be successful, you can find a job. If the job is not paying good enough, guys, just understand it's all temporary. You'll find a job. You'll be making so much more money in Canada, guys. I've seen Ukrainian guy who have been making, well, he was working as an accountant, and right now making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month, having his own business, branched out all over Canada in all major cities. He started that business, and he is younger than me, and he came here later than me and studied the same college as me. So guys, how do I know this kind of things? Well, just because I purchased a home for him for cash, and he came here with nothing. And guys, I'm telling you, there are people who are ultra successful in Canada, came here with nothing, and I want to point out to you that you could be that freaking person. You just don't know about it. And right now, what's happening in your life, searching for jobs, I'm sure you'll find it. Just keep at it and surround yourself with the right people who would motivate you, and stay away from those people who doubt you. Guys, I almost went depressed. I was so sad when I was working, when I was taken advantage of and abused and things like that, but I just knew my goal. I had my why, and my why guided me through the no's, and we got there. Guys, now I want to leave the link in the description of this video for you, so you can go back through this video. Most importantly, ask me questions so I can make videos, more videos like this, because I guys decided that, you know, I used to publish a lot of videos in the past on this channel, and recently I have not been providing enough value on this channel, and I was like, you know, it's time to update, you know, if you go back in the years on my channel, you'll see I started driving for Uber. I was recommended to drive for Uber. Then I went to change my jobs. You can go through the entire story of my 6 years on this channel, and you can see from where I started to where I am right now. I purchased this new car now, ordered some car marketing and things like that. Anyways, guys, it's a journey. And don't forget to subscribe, and you'll see more journey of this. And I hope I can help you be more successful by providing you free and valuable information, motivation, and answering your questions. So just remember, there's plenty of organizations. Canadian system will not let you run down. If you even go to a homeless shelter, they'll feed you, they'll clean clothes for you. Even if you are out of food, there are food banks that will feed you. Like, the entire system is made in such a way for you to get back into your feet. Even if you get arrested, they'll give you parole here in Canada. So everything is made in such a way for you to be able to start over and build something big. And if you are disagreeing with that, then you just don't understand how the system works here. See you guys in the next video, and bye for now.